Shine Runners Racing Radio Show is dedicated to the fans, drivers, promoters, and most importantly, the families of local auto racing. Our mission and commitment is to help build, promote, and support the local tracks across the country.
Yes, sir, in the house here, Season 2, Episode 18, AJ, and I tell you what, man, it's time to hit the grid, Bo. We got a lot of cool things coming up tonight. I'm super excited, as always, man. Just had me a little birthday there. Turned almost 40, Bo, almost 40.
Almost 40.
Can you feel it?
Saying 40.
But you act like you're
22.
12. 17.
No,
What
he
you think,
spells
Mama?
like he's
Almost
12.
40?
Yeah. She don't look nowhere near it. Like,
She's
not
over
at all.
40.
Not at all.
I'm fixing to get hit by that, I can tell. Man, tonight we got a special guest in the house. I cannot wait to get down and talk with Mr. Ashton Council, the flagman for Fayetteville Motor Speedway. You know, we've done a lot of talking with a lot of different drivers. We've done talking with track promoters, but we haven't had, well, Eddie Pollard, we did have him in here. You know, but we were talking to him about race announcing, and finally, we got the flagman in here, and what a show he put on last Friday night at Fayetteville Motor Speedway, man. Awesome job.
Every time, I come by when I'm racing, I see him waving the flags, man. He's got it down. He's got a little flair. So, and I hear he's got some things in the works.
Is it the move over flag that you usually get?
No, it's a speed up flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just asking, man. Also, we got via the Go BSGX phone lines tonight. We're traveling all the way back up to Milton, Delaware, and going to talk Cash Money 100 Prep with Mr. Robbie Emery.
That's right.
And his show he put on last Friday night down at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. I tell you what, man, Dustin Mitchell was out of here, but him and Sean, I think they had a chance of picking that off. They'd had a little bit more time to get a hold of him. I think they could have got him.
Yeah, Sean was coming, man. I mean, he kind of got a little high one time and fell back, but then he just zoomed right back in, man.
Yep. And a special mail time tonight, man. I'm sporting the left chest here tonight. TNT Speed Shop out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, and we've got an awesome mail time to open up. I'm looking forward to this one too, man.
Stoked.
We're gonna have the North Carolina Nightmare in here to help us open that one
Heck
up.
yeah.
But let's span it around and check out what's on the pit panel here this evening. We got Racing Ryan coming all the way back from the boat. Did you get you some chicken down there, my friend?
That's all there was to eat. I'm done with chicken for a little while, and I'm burning up a little bit, but it was a good weekend.
It was, and I see we have got the salt shaker back.
Yeah, he disappeared, but
He was here
I know
earlier.
he was here early.
We got to
even
doing
notice he left.
karaoke. He rolled out. I'm
Ghost,
not
ghost,
quite
ghost.
sure, what's up with that guy.
Crickets.
Somebody said piss test, and then he just left.
Oh yeah. So what's up, Magic Mike in the house?
Not much. What's going on?
So I hear that you might be driving soon.
Yeah, I just found out about that.
Yeah. So this will be cool coming up.
As his agent,
like being
I set
nominated?
You
that
did,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
AJ called. He set it up. We needed a driver for the genuine JYD machine. So hopefully you can turn faster than 17 seconds. Wyatt said I was too fat and that I couldn't drive.
So you rode this one.
I did, and I was fast in my eyes. I literally pulled the go-kart back because I was telling Wyatt, I said, you're in a restrictor plate class, son. You can't lift. Well, I was lifting, and I'm on a Predator, which is slower than his go-kart. So I come back in, hop out of the go-kart all fired up. Wyatt comes back. He was like, Dad, I was 2 seconds faster than you, and you're too fat to race. So I just decided to slide on out the seat and give it to Magic Man.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and take it, and then I'll just go ahead and as long as I finish ahead of you and you'll be in second, I'm satisfied.
Well,
with
the
that.
rain kind of saved me last time.
Oh.
I finished 6 out of 8. So,
Where did you start?
huh?
Where did you start?
I don't even know. Honestly, I just kind of was out there. I had a lady. No lie, dude. This was great. I had Miss Melvin was standing there with Chips Ahoy cookies, like like launching them at me like I was a damn goose
Speed
or
up,
something.
speed up.
She
Speed up.
should have been throwing them like in front of your cart to make
Yeah,
you
she had
go.
like a
They
little
should've-
pole dangling
that's
out in
it.
front of you.
Yeah, literally had a bag of Chips Ahoy's dangling them in front of me while I'm on the grid. I'm like a sausage skin in this jacket I'm wearing, right? I mean, literally, give a guy a break. I know I'm fat. I mean, appreciate it. Anyway, husky, I like to say. Jinx, what's going on, buddy?
Same stuff, different day. Loving racing.
Awesome, man, awesome. So, how'd everything go the other weekend?
Got second place. You know, holding on to that points lead is what I'm worried about. We got a slight push off of turn 3, 4 is kind of getting loose, so Richard was able to keep it moving. But it was a hell of a race.
So Richard won.
He did.
So what's he complaining about?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing.
Right. Anyway,
16 cars in the class, though. That's what I'm proud of. We got 16 cars racing down there at Lakeview.
good stuff, man. Good stuff. Glad to see it. And we're going to be talking to Jinx a little bit more tonight about some drag racing. But before we get ready to go in, I just want to thank everybody who makes us a part of being here. And ladies and gentlemen, I have got State Farm everywhere. So we're going to start with Ronald Prater, State Farm.
That's right.
That's right. Ronald Prater, State Farm.
Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
That's right.
Also, Raging Rooster Catering, which is outside right now. I think he's starting to shut her down. A1 Portable Toilets, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Temple Mechanical, Fast Tracks Mud Bog, Bellinger Signs and Graphics, Redline Speed Shop, Captain Rooster Flags, TNT Speed Shop, and C&M Pressure Washing. A huge thanks to these guys for coming in, man, helping us out, making it possible for us to do what we do here tonight. And let's why don't you say we turn it over to Mom.
Let's do it.
Thank you. Father, we just want to come together and thank you once again for all that you do for us. Father, we just give you praise and glory for everything that you do. Father, we just ask your hands to be upon each of us. Let us be a light unto you. Let us shine bright. Let us sing your glories. Let us show what your mercy has done for us. Father, we just thank you and give you all the glory and all the praise. Father, continue to bind us together with bonds that are unbroken. Guide us and lead us in the brightest light. Father, we just owe it all to you, and we just thank you for your praise. In your precious name, amen.
Amen.
And as a proud American, if you would please stand as we get ready to do our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine. Whew, starting them up back here tonight at the Steel Man. I tell you what a Friday night Hollywood. How'd everything turn out for you, buddy?
Well, we were running pretty good. I mean, decent for, still trying to figure the car out. But we had a plug on top of the valve cover pop off and started spilling some oil out. So I saw a little bit of a flame, shut her down, saw some smoke, brought it in, figured out that's what the problem was. So we're going to change the oil. We found some more stuff wrong on the setup. And want to give a shout out to Willie. He's going to, me and him talked, and he is going to come down, set the car up, go with us to the track, do some testing. Introduced us to a really good shot guy that we're going to be using, and we found some stuff on the setup that was wrong. Hopefully, we'll be ready for him this weekend.
That's good stuff, man.
Yep.
Friday night fights, if I'm not mistaken,
That's
coming
right.
back this
Round
weekend.
3.
Fayetteville Motor Speedway,
Championship
going to be
night.
some awesome racing down there. Look forward to seeing you guys back out on the track, man. Going to be talking a lot tonight. We're going to be talking to one of the guys who was there last weekend, like I said, Robbie Emery, putting it down. And look who is.
Did you disappear? Huh? Where'd you go, bud?
I mean, look at this guy.
It's all good. Your boys, your stand-in's here for you.
Oh, my stand-in. I see.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please welcome the Boom City Sasquatch. Woo! So a lot of cool things coming up tonight, and
Yeah.
we're going to be talking to Robbie Emery. We're also going to be talking to Ashton Council, and we got the mail time coming in, and all kinds of cool stuff during the pit chat. Going to be talking a little bit about what's going on down in Eldora this weekend. So, what you say,
Yeah.
man? We
Well, real quick, just want to say thank you to everybody that's tuning in. And, you know, if you haven't had a chance to go over and check out our YouTube channel.
Yes, definitely.
I've posted a link to it.
like and share.
Yeah, in the comments. I'm going to pin that to the top. Or you can just go on YouTube and search John Runners Racing Radio. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on there. Eventually, we're probably going to be trying to, merge into maybe just doing everything
YouTube.
specifically on YouTube, because that's going to help us get monetized. It's going to help us to make more money so we can get some better equipment.
Yeah.
Not that our equipment is bad by any means, but, as long as we can keep moving the
And
show
it's cool.
forward.
We've already reached over 3,200 followers. Like, we got to 3,000 and boom, just started clicking on, man. So
Exactly.
thank everybody who's come on and liked and followed the show. And we greatly appreciate doing this for you. It's a lot of fun sitting in. And to let folks know, the Steel is open. You can come here and hang out, man, and chill with us, as we do the show. And it'd be great to have
Doesn't
you here.
cost you anything to come up here. Free as free can be. If you want
Free.
to, Raging Roosters out there serving some good, chicken wings and fried corn and whatnot. And also, I want to put this out there. Fayetteville Marksman Hockey, they're going to be kicking up soon. Their home opener is going to be October 19th. So y'all go see Chuck Norris and Marissa Riegert and all the guys out at and ladies at Fayetteville Marksman Hockey. And I want to tell Swanee, I think you need to get in there and take some pictures, bud. On the off season, at the hockey
The hockey
games.
thing?
Yeah,
Hey, I'd be down for it.
that would be awesome.
I'd be down for it.
I'd like to see somebody with like a shot of somebody with a stick right in somebody's face, just like that.
He's
But-
coming here.
it
real-
hurts.
But see, if I do it now,
I got stitches
I
because
want
of
to
that.
be, over there on the bench maybe. I ain't got to want to shoot through no glass. I want the real deal.
We're gonna put you on skates.
Well,
It
they
would
got,
be the moving camera. Could you see
Hey.
the Boom City Sasquatch out there on skates?
yeah.
And they ain't making me sign no waiver either.
And as much as you love racing, what they could do, like the best song in racing, Kenny Rogers, Love Will Turn You Around, off the
That's it.
Six Pack movie. When you come out of the gate, that's the song they can play for you. That'd be
That is the last song I'd want to be played.
what? That's the
Six-pack
only
is-
song.
Six-pack is okay. So you got 4 racing movies when you think of racing movies. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but top 4: Days of Thunder, #1.
Woo! Right.
Strucker Ace 2, Ricky Bobby 3, then Six Pack.
You're crazy, dude. Six Pack was the original.
No.
What do you think? Six Pack? Six Pack was the original.
Let us know in the
I'm going-
comments.
I'm
what
going
you
Ricky
think,
Bobby.
But it can't be Six Pack.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to do you guys are going to get us out of here with what's your favorite movie?
Racing movie.
Racing movie. Is it Days of Thunder?
Definitely. Yeah,
Is
I have
it
to go
Six Pack, which is mine? Is it Stroker Ace? Or what's the other one?
Ricky
Bobby.
Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega
Talladega
Nights.
Nights.
So please put your post up in the thing tonight, and we're going to tally them up, and I'm going to smash pie in Swanee's face because I got a feeling
There's
that
no way that Six Pack gets anywhere close.
you're crazy as
Tom
hell.
Cruise.
You haven't even been around long enough.
Well,
Your feet ain't even wet yet.
well, I hear that. On
I'm gonna have to go. I personally have to go with Six Pack too.
Love
Just
will
for the
turn
fact
you
of
around.
you've got Swifty.
Turn you around.
Swifty. How can
What
you
is he,
not?
like a 3-year-old kid that rides around an RV? How
He reminds
entertaining
me
is
a
that?
lot of you,
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
especially the hair.
I mean, anyway,
Any-
All right.
what you say we call up Robbie Emery, man, and talk to him tonight?
Well, let's get our commercials in real quick.
We'll do that. We'll get a commercial. Then I'm trying to get ahead of myself.
I know.
right there, Hollywood. Your boy Joey
Stay
come
far.
in clutch. Days of Thunder all day.
Oh.
Right.
Days of Thunder.
Thank
And
you.
wait, whoa, he said shake
Days
the
of
bait
Thunder's
before
going to
that.
win. We know.
Okay, so then there you go. It still ain't Stroker 8.
Let me out the car.
It's definitely Days
Let me
of
out the
Thunder,
car.
so.
Definitely Six Pack.
All right, let's
State
hit up
Farm.
those commercials. When we come back, we'll be talking to Robbie Emery.
I mean, Nicole Kidman. Come on.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning. Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
It's your job to put it in the winner circle, but it's ours to make your ride stand out above the rest. With full-colored wraps or die-cut designs, Bellinger Signs and Graphics is sure to put you in the eyes of the fans. That's not all. We do custom yard signs, storefront, and your everyday decal. Come see us today at Bellinger Signs and Graphics, 3392 Dunn Road, Eastover, North Carolina. Look at those parts to put you in the winner circle? Let Redline Speed Shop be your one stop for all performance needs. From straight strip to left turns, they have it all. Tires, fuel, and safety equipment, and that's just the beginning. Come by today, 404 Hope Mills Road, and get your win on with Redline Speed Shop. Coming back, I just want to send out a huge thank you to Mama Swan.
I ain't lying.
Mama Swan she said it straight.
That's
got it right.
She said, I can't believe that they would even say Talladega Nights. And then she followed it up with, let's kick his ass, Brewster.
That's what we should do. Sasquatch going down. But at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we're fixing to take the Go BSGX phone lines, travel all the way up to Milton, Delaware, and talk to my main man, Emery's Chassis Works. Stroke Above Services, Emery's Racing Engines, number 9E, Robbie Emery.
Hello.
Robbie, how you doing, man? It's Rooster, Hollywood and the crew here at Shine Runners Racing Radio.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Oh, can't complain a bit, man. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for allowing us to talk to you a little bit tonight. And congratulations on a great run last Friday night down at Fayetteville.
Yeah, we had a really good run going. There were a couple of times it was definitely looking like we were going to pick up the win. Just some things in the race just kind of held us back from that. I feel like we definitely had a wonderful car, and here lately we haven't been that great at Fayetteville. But the other night we were definitely one of the top cars.
Definitely, it looked really good out there, man. I was telling Hollywood a little bit earlier. I said Robbie and Sean Sewell were all over Dustin Mitchell, and I believe if y'all had a little bit more race time, you'd have got him.
Yeah, if me or Sean had got out front in front of Dustin, nobody would have been able to catch either of us, I think. I think it was just so hard running behind Dustin, or when I was behind Sean, or when Sean was behind me. The cars are just so air-dependent now that it makes you look slower than you really are, and right. That fresh air is big.
You there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
I thought we lost you there for a second.
Now we kept hearing the announcer say that a lot of the guys down on the track right now are preparing for the Cash Money 100, and I take it you're doing that as well.
Yeah, we are definitely preparing for that. To win that thing would be life changing almost. I mean, that would just make that would be one of the races that you'd want to win.
So as coming off of last Friday, are you and it's going to get cooler outside, so it's going to be more horses are going to be kicking in. How do you prepare for a race like that?
As of right now, the plan would be to just go there as much as we can before that race. Go down there with stuff that we haven't tried there before, to just really, if being that it's going to be such a long race and stuff like that, if we can get the car to rotate through the corner and not wear the tire out as fast, get the car so it's free through the corner and not binding it up, that would really mean a lot.
What obviously it would be really big for you to win this race, but in your racing career, what would you say that the biggest one up to this point has been your biggest victory?
I'd say up to this point, I probably have two wins that really stand out. The first one was about when I was 17, I won at Clary's. It was the Steel Block Bandit race. It was a 4,000 to win, and to win at that young, at that level, was pretty amazing. And then our latest win, which would be Cherokee, a couple months ago, to win in that series was pretty amazing. And to go to a track, like to go to Cherokee and win at that track, I mean, as a kid, you hear so much about that track, and to be able to go there and win was pretty awesome too.
Yeah. And now coming up in your career, where did you start out? Did you start out in go-karts, or did you go straight into late models, or where did you start out at?
I started running go-karts when I was 5, and I ran go-karts till I was 13. And then when I turned 14, our local track had Crate late models, and I ran there, I believe for 3 years. And then we started to travel to Winchester, Virginia, and Potomac. And then we started to follow that Steel Block Bandit series, and they went down to Fayetteville, County Line, and Clary's for their Labor Day weekend race. And ever since then, we've been running late models down there.
So you kind of just went straight into the hot seat out of go-karts.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit challenging for me at first, just because in a go-kart, you barely turn the wheel and there's no suspension. And then to go to a late model, and the first night I ran it, it felt like I was going to flip over, and I come in and my dad was like, man, you're nowhere even close to what you need to be going. He said, just wait till you really get going fast. He said, you'll feel it'd be way different.
I did see that one picture. You were like all the way up on your side, really getting it done, man.
Yeah, that was probably 2-3 weeks ago, I guess it's been now, at Winchester. We went there for a race, and that track, it's very fast when it's wet. And that's actually the second time that's happened there. And these cars have so much grip built into them, and we had to completely change the car so it didn't do that in the heat race.
Now, on your car, I see Emery's Racing Engines, Emery's Chassis Works. So your family has a lot to do with this racing program.
Yeah, my dad, he's built all the motors I've run and the steel block stuff he's built. And my dad raced before I did, and he built all of his own motors, and he's built his own super motors, and he still builds motors for guys around home here, and he's actually built a motor for a guy in Fayetteville. So the motor, I don't know any different, but just by seeing on the track, I would put his motors up against any one of them out there.
Awesome, man. And now, leading out for the rest of the season, other than the Cash Money 100, what do you have on your schedule?
I know this weekend we're supposed to go to a fuel race at 311. And then they have another race at Cherokee for fuel. And then the 3-day weekend at Fayetteville, when the Lucas Ultimate and Carolina Clash is there, we're going to go down there and run the limited stuff to kind of just test for the Cash Money 100.
So a lot of preparation going into that $25,000 check.
What would you do with that $25,000?
I'd say most of it, pretty much all of it's going to go right back into the car. Just to keep what we got going on this year. I mean, the year we've had so far has just been really amazing, and without my dad doing all the stuff that he does, I mean, it wouldn't be possible, and I can't imagine the money he spent. So if we could win that and put that back in there, I'm sure that would be that would definitely help out the cost of the car.
Absolutely, man. Would you got any sponsors that you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to obviously thank my parents. Without them and all the traveling we do, it wouldn't be possible. I'd like to thank my Emer's Chassis Works, which is our auto repair business here at home. I'd like to thank Jim Stevens, our shot guy at Penske. He's come on board late end of last year, this year, and he's been tremendous help. He's calls us up all the time. We talk and we go over things, and it's been a tremendous help. Then PJ1 Motorsports, that's where we get our cars from. We run the Schwartz cars, and he builds our bodies, and that's usually where we get most of our parts and stuff like that. So he's our neighbor, Mark Pajon. So he's been a lot of help. And then my Uncle Danny with Stroke Above Services. He's actually out of Georgia. And then we got Baker's Carburetors, Race Tech Pistons. All them guys help my dad. I think my dad's on the phone once a month or so talking to them guys, with just helping to get our program just that much better.
Awesome, man. And now, do you have a website or Facebook page that people can go and keep up with what's going on in your racing?
We have a Facebook page. My mom actually kind of takes care of that. She tries to do the live feeds every race, and just to kind of keep all our fans from home and stuff, or wherever we're at. And it's Emery's Racing. And there's actually 2 pages, but ours is the one with the apostrophe S.
Okay. We'll see if we can't tag that in the comment section for all the fans that are watching, so they can go and give them a like.
Yeah, so if you're in there and you just definitely heard some businesses that Robbie's talking about, make sure you go use these folks, man, because like we say all the time, these folks are putting money into racing. You call, use them, they're going to put more money back into racing, and that's what it's all about. We have to utilize these sponsors, because even though the sponsor is on Robbie's car, it's still helping racing. You know what I'm saying? So we call, we use these guys, and we tell them, hey, saw your name on the side of Robbie Emery's car. Just giving you a shot, want to see what you can do, and that kind of helps out the whole situation, So you see these, and I'm big on that, man. Use these folks that are sponsoring these cars, because it's good to see the money going back into racing.
They're just as much a part of the show as we are.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, without them, most of us can't even do what we're doing.
Yep. Well, anybody else you'd like to thank, man, before we get ready to get up out of here?
Let's see. Oh, I'd like to thank my girlfriend Jordan. I know she's in the house right now watching this, and before the feed, she was wanting to sit there and watch me talk, and every once in a while I get a little nervous sometimes. And or actually earlier this year I went and we did a phone call with another radio show on Facebook from up here. So far this year, I mean, I've gotten a lot of exposure and
awesome
what we're doing and stuff. So it's been pretty great.
Cool, man. Well, we greatly appreciate you allowing us time to talk to you and, get the word out there. Y'all make sure you check out Robbie Emery. He's coming all the way down from Delaware, and it's going to be down that 3-day weekend we got here at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. It's going to be an awesome time. You want to come down and check these guys out, man. We'll make sure we get on by your trailer next time. Like to get a picture with you.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, buddy. Thanks again so much, man. We greatly appreciate you.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was out of Milton, Delaware, Mr. Robbie Emery, that number 9E machine. You saw him racing last weekend down there, putting it down last Friday night, and definitely looking forward to that Cash Money 100. Judge, who you got on the bank for the Cash Money, Bo? I mean, these boys are plowing, son. They're working hard.
Just some of the guys that's messaged in and wanting to know about this and that, it's going to be unreal.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to, and I hope he can make it, is seeing Clint Smith come back and run with the boys.
Oh, cool.
It's guys like that's calling pretty steady, and it's going to be a big event. I mean, $25,000 to win, and
it's gotten bigger every year.
There's nobody that pays that kind of money.
Son, if I won that $25,000, I'd be at the Korean Lounge that night, son.
I mean, it paid $10,000 to win 2 years in a row, and that was pretty good for that class.
Yeah.
I said, but $25,000.
Well, they couldn't touch Milligan last year, son. Milligan from practice to flag, he was on it with that Ricky Sullivan Jr. car, bro.
I think got that other one down at Lakeview. Nice
That'd be
run.
something cool.
Now I'm gonna tell you what.
To incorporate with this Cash Money 100 is that whole throwback scheme thing.
That's like Match Man.
And I was
Yeah,
just
speaking
like
of
you're
that,
saying,
nice throwback there.
man, doing the throwback shirt series. There's so many names that pop into my mind, like we were talking about earlier. Just a bunch of the old guys. Steve Odom, dude. I mean, Steve Odom, Danny Parker. I mean, Mike Parker's still racing, but Mike Parker has some cool throwbacks. I'd love to have a shirt with that Pinto on it.
What do you have in mind right now, or is that still under wraps?
No, I've got about 4 of them I'm working on right now, and I've got a Scott Autry one I'm working on, and an Ellis Ward, and I think I'm gonna throw. I was always a Tom Ushery fan. I'm gonna throw a Tom Ushery in as well. So I've got a few, and I'm gonna mix a little bit of the. Not all the cars are going to be the updated cars. Some are actually going to be the wedge cars, and some are going to be back.
And that, awesome. Man, you think about it, those shirts, we got to get that shirt, and of course you'll have to get in contact with Steve and make sure it's okay, whatnot. But your mom was wearing that Steve Odom shirt with his 6-cylinder on the front. And it was the first shirt I ever seen, really, that had a guy's face on it other than Richard Petty, with Steve Odom. Right. And but that stuff, man, I would give anything to have T-shirts like that again. And this is an awesome thing you're doing.
Yeah, so I mean, if somebody has a shirt that I can go off of, I could just recreate it. But yeah, I don't know. I was just pretty stoked to be. Just the idea popped in my head one night, and I figured I'd just go ahead and see what would happen, and it really just took off. So.
Oh, it is.
Came out great.
And look at the people online.
Yeah, well, I mean, something's going right because every idea I have gets me in trouble. Like, literally. Like, one way or another, State Farm. Yes, no doubt.
Yeah, and also most of the time, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get in touch with the drivers and make sure that they're cool with it, because it's a representation of them, and I want to make sure I get the go-ahead from.
And I'm going to put up a big high five to my main man, Hurricane Hank Edwards. He said 6-pack there, youngling over there, little seedling. I don't see it. Oh, it's on there. Didn't he say it?
Yeah,
he said 6-pack. We got all of the
real
original,
racers.
The ones that born from clay. Not this asphalt mixture mess going on.
It don't matter. Boo Boo said Days of Thunder.
Well,
Days of Thunder.
Well, anyhow.
Y'all keep chiming in, though, seriously, on what you think. There's a lot of racing movies. If there's one maybe we haven't even mentioned, like the Last American Hero, all that stuff. Or even, Richard said Stroker Ace.
Stroker Ace, man.
Yeah,
I
was just pointing out we had to post them.
Yeah. Big shout out to Keith Wilson Off-Roads for that poster, man. We greatly appreciate him. And we're going to go into commercial, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we're going to be talking to the main man in the house, Mr. Ashton Council. What's going on with the flags, baby?
That's right.
Take us out.
This is Matt Long, and I'm watching Shine Runners Racing Radio. Say that 5 times fast.
A1, your only stop for landscaping and lot clearing in the Fayetteville and surrounding areas. Specializing in commercial and residential, A1's skilled technicians are ready to meet your needs. Experienced in erosion control, landscaping, irrigation, sod, grading, demolition, and lot clearing. A1 is willing and capable of all jobs, big or small. Call A1 today at 910-858-0003 or email a1lotclearing@aol.com. A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing. We take the work out of yard work.
Looking to ease the pain of cooking for your guests? Tired of hosting the party but staying on the grill all night? Let us help you. Raging Rooster, a fully functional rolling kitchen loaded with the official chicken wings of Shine Runners Racing Radio. Owned and operated by Tony and Bobby Jackson. Contact them at 910-237-4565 or jackson.bobby@yahoo.com. Raging Rooster Wings, come get you some.
Back in action here at the Steel tonight, we have got Ashton Council with us, man. How you doing, buddy?
Good. It's I love being on here.
So, what is your favorite movie?
Talladega Nights.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Oh,
man.
It must be
It's
these.
a generation thing.
It
Red
is.
flag, red
It's gotta
flag,
be a
red
generation.
flag.
All right,
Stays
a little older
that
than
way.
Over. I'm a Days of Thunder guy.
Right.
I mean, it's got to be a generation thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen 6-pack?
No.
Well, see,
so he doesn't even have a
It's gotta be a
chance.
generation
Save
thing.
yourself an hour or 2 hours or whatever,
Yeah, it's
however
not
long that
worth
movie
it,
is. It is
no.
not worth
Hey,
it.
no, I need to talk to your dad because what dad has not set his son
Oh, Lord.
in front of Six Pack?
Have you seen Days of Thunder?
Yes.
All right
There
then.
you go. That's all you need to see.
There.
I mean, I watched Six Pack before I watched Debbie Does Dallas. In that order.
In that order.
In that order.
Back to back.
Yeah. No, man. We're glad to have you here tonight, Bo. And I'm going to tell you what. Impressive job that you're doing up there on that flag stand, man.
Appreciate it.
Very good job. So what intrigued you to want to get up there?
So before a few years, like 8 years back, me and my dad used to come to Dublin. We always had this inside joke where I would crawl in the trunk as we walked in, so I would get in for free.
So you're not the only one.
Yeah.
I just want to see the trunk you crawled in.
It was Mr. Edwards' box truck for many years. So,
Right.
yeah, we're good.
But I would just run around with all my friends there and have a good time. And then they started Jim Long. My dad, they put me in the tower, pressing buttons on the scoreboard, and I actually had to get into racing. And
Right.
stuff, and I've enjoyed it ever since. And I saw Lee McLean on the flag stand for a bit. I was like, hey, I want to do that.
That's cool, man. And we always talk about, you know, I'm not going to say youngsters because you're not, you're a young man, but you're not a youngster. But we always talk about the younger generation. Seeing them in racing is an awesome thing, man. And to actually, I'm going to give you that mic there.
You might have to eat it regardless. Just try to eat it.
That's it.
There you go.
There we go.
To actually, take apart and become, and you're putting your own little flair to it. It's not just the little drop a flag kind of deal, man. You're
Lazy arm.
And you're not predictable. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Flagmen don't be predictable, and you're good at that.
You ought to see all the women that flock down there. when
I'm
they get
telling you,
flags.
they hang out around the.
Well, hell, I'm
It's the
on.
hair, isn't it?
Teach me how to flag. Teach me how to Dougie. They already taught me how to Dougie. Teach me how to flag. You know what I'm saying?
Telling you.
Nah, but I've heard a lot of positive, and it's not an easy job because believe me, I've stood and I've been at racetracks a long time. My daddy was actually a flagman for WKA go-kart racing. He's flagged for round track. He's flagged for just about everything you could imagine. And 90% of the time, he was the SOB. Mm-hmm. Literally.
Like JYD at the same time.
My main man back here knows exactly. What I'm talking. His dad, Mr. Charlie, was a flagman, and so your reputation of coming into this thing is already hit off on the positive side. We got drivers talking, how much they appreciate what you're doing up there and how good you're doing it. And I have a question. You are in control of the crowd, and I seen it the other night. I was like, look at that man go. They wanted to jump. You didn't throw the green. You know what I'm saying? You're not up there giving it away. Right. You're making them guys work for it, and that's awesome to see.
You're not scared to do it at all. That's the wonderful part. Is like you can see. It's like y'all messed
Well,
up.
I was watching, and they come around and they jump. Was the VP racing fuel zone start zone, and they wanted to get a little crazy before they got in there, and not today, bro. So what got you in the angle of knowing, okay, they're jumping to start, I'm not throwing the green?
It's kind of obvious if they're, all the way like that. But, taking tips from my dad and Eddie Pollard, he used to flag for 30 years. If they're straight, then you can send them. It helps a lot because we have a chalk line now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's a good reference point.
Yeah. Having that reference point, it helps so much. And
is there anything that I can do to maybe get a little bit more leeway while I'm out there when you're flagging?
Dude, you don't even start on the front row. What can you do? He's the one that's throwing the black flag when you come back around from jumping on the outside.
If I started on the front row, what would be the fun in that race?
No, he's throwing them the
best
move
thing you
over
can do
sign.
is
The
stay
leaders are coming.
The best thing you can do is stay in line till the rest of them fire. There you go. There's your deal.
Well, what happens if I start on the second row and the first row gets brought back?
Then don't run over the man in front of you. Well, chances are they're not going to do it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Boom.
I almost done it.
So now, as far as I'm sorry, go ahead, Ed.
Well, when you're up there, I guess you're scanning the whole track. Obviously, I know your dad's on the race receivers and stuff, and he does a great job with that. Do you have a headset on? They're kind of helping you watch too, or is it just like?
Yeah, it's a team effort. We got the people in the tower, watching with me. I can't look at the entire track at once. So, I catch some that I catch some
that they don't.
Right. Yeah. And then they catch some that I don't. It's a team effort. Like we all work together there.
What's the best part when you're up there? Is it the start of the race when they first kick off, or just once they're at full speed and they're coming around?
I gotta say it's the start of the race.
Really?
Just them battling for the first spot as they're coming to the green. It's a thrilling sight.
I can imagine.
Now, there's difference. What do you consider caution? Because I've been in a lot of different races, and I can tell you, if it's the last 4 or 5 laps of the go-kart race and you're out of the way, you ain't getting no caution. So what is your perspective as far as what makes you throw that yellow?
I mean, there's a racing groove, obviously, and if they spun and they can't get out of it, some drivers are good. They can maneuver their way out of that. But some, if they spin, then I throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll hold it and let them see if they can get out of it. But
now, as far as coming to say, the white flag lap, if there's an accident, say turn 1, or and everybody gets through, I mean, y'all are letting them race back, or is that a caution going to come out and we're going to start it back again, or when you go to make a decision of, all right, we've took the white flag, everybody's in the clear, we're letting everybody else race back, or?
At our track, we don't race back to the stripe. We only race back to the stripe on the green lap.
On the first lap?
Yes. So
right.
Everything else is throw caution.
Okay.
Now, does it get? And I imagine it would. And I'm speaking from somebody who has no idea about flagging except for cussing the flagman out.
Been there.
What's does your anxiety get built up when you start getting to these bigger classes that are fixing to come into Fayetteville? I mean, I talked to your dad the other day, and we were just chatting back and forth, and he was telling me, you've been practicing. You've been out in the yard practicing, and I'm like, how hard could it be to throw a flag? But you're out there, man, building your skill, building your name on the stand, and what's that to know that these big boys is fixing to roll into town? Not saying that we ain't got big boys already, but I'm just saying they're rolling in here for big money. And it's all, you got it right here, bro. Right there.
It's nerve-wracking for sure, but being a part of one of the biggest races in the country it's an honor. Especially that Lucas Oil race coming up. I'm beyond excited about that.
Right.
And the 3-day weekend, it's going to be tiring, but I love doing it. So.
Now, when you were kind of starting to work on your skills, because that's an art form. I mean,
I would drop it. Literally,
there
would be a flag in somebody's lap if that was me.
I'd be at 1 second. That's just my fault. But when you're out there, is there other flagmen that you look at to kind of learn some of their art? Like I know the World of Outlaws flagman.
That cat's on it, Jack.
Putting the show on. Are you watching them, or do you kind of building your own style?
When I first started, they kind of threw me in there with practice and all that. And I was kind of nervous and stuff. It all get tangled and everything.
It's like a half flag most of the
time. But then I started looking videos on YouTube and kind of taking bits and pieces off of different flagmen. Like you said, the World of Outlaws flagman. His little flair that he has is really nice. And I've been taking little bits and pieces off of different people and kind of making my own thing.
Awesome. And now, is there anything special you're working on?
I've got something special coming up.
All right.
It's gonna be big.
All right.
Cool, man. Now, as far as as a racer, you start out in UCAR, pure stock. You move up to open wheel. You move up to late model. Do you want to continue this and see yourself like in a sanction race where you're traveling with these guys flagging, or is this just a hobby on the side for you?
It started out as a hobby, but getting really into it, it's become one of the passions that I love
awesome,
doing it,
man.
like I said, and I'm kind of going wherever the road takes me.
Right.
Follow the show.
That's awesome, man. And it's cool to see that too, because a lot of guys your age, they're just not into racing. They're you know, they're into other stuff, and
Their phone.
and I commend you, dude. I'm telling you, I'm proud of you, definitely, and glad to see you up there doing your thing. I was telling everybody the other day, I went to a flag show and a race broke out last Friday. I mean, literally, you had it going on, Bob. I'm telling you, it was great. Your dad definitely is. I can guarantee he should be proud.
And he is quite proud.
You know.
Yes, sir.
Your starts are just a little bit better than his is.
What are you talking about?
The old man over there, blind, bud.
Who?
No.
My dad?
Lewis was the old man over there. You know, he'd let a car get about 2 or 3 car lengths, then he'd throw the green flag.
Nobody's safe over
it's
here.
Whoever was in, it's whoever's pocket he was in that weekend.
Oh,
That's not the case.
Charlie, we got another microphone in case you want to chime in on that. I mean,
I'd be cruising around the pits, wherever Charlie be over there on the side of the trailers putting money in his pocket. You know, people paying him off.
right?
Remember what you said about haters?
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, and that's the number one sitting right across the table right there. So.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
And he couldn't even get on the stand.
Yeah.
He'd be nervous to be up that high.
I've been up there with him a time or two shooting off of there.
Wasn't long, but
Yeah, not long. And I did flag a practice or two. You know, hey, give me credit where credit's due.
I do.
We're not mentioning that here.
You know, and you too, Lewis, has been a flagman for a long time. I mean, you've been, how many years you been flagging? 15 years. You know, there's. Oh, awesome, man. So starting out, 15 years of flagging, and you're getting into it and growing through it. Is there anything that you definitely, this young man needs to know?
Patience. Race car drivers are the worst. To be honest with you, they don't do nothing wrong. When you're in the flag stand,
It's your fault.
everything is your fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah. So you,
Hey, that happens when you get married too. Don't worry.
hey, she's sitting over there. You better be careful.
It's okay. It's my fault.
see, you have a whole lot on your back, man, and it's definitely something to.
Be yourself. Just relax. Have fun.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
seen some pictures the other day, and I was like, wow.
You can
Yeah.
see he's having fun.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
blast.
Man, that's great stuff, Bo. And we definitely appreciate you taking your time out to come here tonight. And everybody, you got anybody you'd like to thank, man?
Of course, my dad. He's, been my #1 supporter through all this. Jim and Dino for getting me in the flag stand, letting me do it.
And I'm big on marketing and sponsoring and stuff like that. So why don't you get somebody to sponsor your back like I did my left chest? We'll get you a shirt and get it embroidered. And your business name could be seen, one of the awesomest flagmen at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. You know what I'm saying? Do you see that already coming together?
I'm down. Let's do
I'm
it.
thinking $7,000, $8,000 for that spot.
I'm telling you, I need to
You
be a
know what I mean?
flagman at that point.
I'll take it.
You're gonna have a lot of nice shirts.
So, man, we greatly appreciate you coming tonight, and thanks so much. Tell us, you got to tell us this one thing: your favorite memory of all about racing, even though it's not six pack.
That's a nightmare.
Cool. That's a hard one. I guess whenever I first got into the tower, and actually I felt like I was actually a part of it, and even with flagging, I feel like I'm even more a part of the racing community, and I'm getting into racing and not just me sitting back and
Throwing a flag in there. Right. You're actually seeing what you're doing. You're making people smile, man, honestly.
You're part of the show.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you
it
are
takes,
the controller
and
of the
that's
show.
something
other
a
than
lot
your
of
dad.
people don't realize about racing. It's not one man that puts everything on. It is a team to come
you're the
together.
pitcher,
It's the guy
basically.
out there in the water truck. It's the dudes out there in the pack car. I don't know how they get in that thing, but it's the dudes in the pack car.
I think they run and dive.
It's
talking about you don't know how they get in it. Me, you, and Jim.
That's what I'm saying. We barely got in it. I don't know how to get in those
Yeah, about
things.
probably fell out.
I got
That's impressive.
yeah, it was crazy. I
Didn't
got
break no shot.
I got sodomized by an air socket, or I don't even know what happened. It was there was all kinds of stuff. In that. Yeah,
That's why that's for good dirt packing.
But they had a whole bunch. It takes a whole bunch of people to put this on. And that's what folks need to understand. Whenever you get ready to go to a race, you're not getting in for free. You're actually going to have to pay to come in here because you got to take care of everybody that's making it run.
The people that does
And
the
that's-
scoring,
and
and
you're
people
not-
that just talk to us
Yes.
when we give them the tickets to sign in during the day. It's
Yeah.
a whole team.
And it's
a
not
big-
just one show when you go to a race. You know, of course, there's racing on the racetrack, but there's a show in the flag stand.
Yeah.
You know, the flagger is putting on the show. You know, sometimes the fans are putting on the show.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
a few.
Yeah, you never
a few
Woo! I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy? The one that I don't know who was flipping
the one
off.
from Gaffney. Yeah, I seen that guy. He would like run down there and he'd stick his arm out the fence. You know.
Yeah.
The hell, drink a sip, go down and throw his arm out the window.
Yeah,
Sip, sit
that
down.
was so funny, dude. That night, I like to lost it all. I tell you, it was
I'm
great.
a big fan
man.
of the people up in turn 4 coming out of 4 there. Doesn't matter if it's rain or shine. They'll pull out the plastic. They'll staple it to the
Oh,
top
yeah.
of the railing.
Turn 4 is the place to be.
What you do is don't pick up the chalk line to go put a chalk line out and it be crooked down there. 'Cause they will let you know immediately.
Don't say something back either.
Or don't spin a pack car out after it rained and don't do that. They'll
Yeah.
let you know.
Well, man, good things, bud. And I'm telling you, I'm proud of you. And I hope that you stick with this, and I hope that my son gets to race under your flag. And to all the other flagmans out there, thank you guys, because I know you put up with a lot of BS and a lot of pressure from a lot of people.
I'm
And
sure a
you
bunch
know,
of middle
you guys,
fingers.
you guys have really, make it happen, bud. Really do. We appreciate it, bud. And thank you so much for coming in tonight. Anything else you got?
Just keep an eye out for Lucas Oil race. I got a big surprise coming up for that.
Awesome, man. Can't wait to see
deal.
it. I'm going to be there. Ashton Council, ladies and gentlemen, flagman, Fayetteville Motor Speedway. Make sure you come on down to Friday Night Fights. It's going to be down doing it up this weekend. And we're fixing to take a commercial. When we come back, we're going to mail time, y'all. Mail time.
A1, your only stop for landscaping and lot clearing in the Fayetteville and surrounding areas. Specializing in commercial and residential, A1's skilled technicians are ready to meet your needs. Experienced in erosion control, landscaping, irrigation, sod, grading, demolition, and lot clearing. A1 is willing and capable of all jobs, big or small. Call A1 today at 910-858-0003 or email a1lotclearing@aol.com. A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing. We take the work out of yard work.
All right, driver blue number 14J, and you're watching Shine Runners Racing Radio.
What you're about to witness is a true and factual story. While enjoying a nice summer day at the racetrack, Emmett, unbeknownst to him, ate an astronomical amount of turd circle burners. What happened next is why you should choose A1 portable toilets. Have those racetrack hot dogs ever made a second appearance? Have you scampering around like the last lap dash of the Daytona 500? Well, worry no more. With A1 portable toilets on your backside, you will have the best seat in the house. A1 portable toilets are a premier choice for all types of portable toilet needs. Construction sites, racetracks, events, big and small, A1 can handle them all. Contact them today at 910-484-5219 or A1 portable toilets at AOL.com.
So we're sitting here in the house back here with the North Carolina Nightmare number 23, Wyatt Kitchen. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I like those glasses, man.
Thank you.
You sitting beside Hollywood. You got to be cool.
Yeah.
So Wyatt really hit me in the heart the other night. We did the junior drivers, and we had, thanks to all the parents and all the junior drivers who came out and was a huge part of making junior
70
driver
some
night
people.
a success, man. Almost 80 people
Yeah, it was
here.
like 70-some people.
Yeah. And so we're on the way home, and Wyatt goes, Daddy, you forgot to talk to me. And I was like, oh, yeah.
But he was the
Knife
he
through
was the
the heart
king,
deal.
though.
He was
He was the king.
But,
You had one job, Rooster.
I did, and that's good.
One job.
But man, we want
State
to
Farm.
our mail time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I love mail time. I always get excited about mail time. But tonight's mail time coming from TNT Speed Shop up there in Kannapolis, North Carolina. They're also going to be opening up a second spot or a second location in Mount Pleasant. Man, these guys deal in all kinds of stuff. I think we got a couple pictures that we can show you here tonight. What you need tires, you need tire prep, you need anything. TNT Speed Shop, Tim Stillwell, a great family. They can hook it up for you, man. They got, as you can see here, just some of the parts that they carry with the tire preps, the cleaners. They are also a dealer for Tillotson race engines and a dealer for RC2 comp filters. They build some awesome motors. We had a little bit of issue this past year with some horsepower. We just could not get horsepower. And, some folks got to calling around, and Mr. Stillwell contacted my father and said, Bert, bring me that motor up here. Let's see if we can find some horsepower in it. And we went from running like we were throwing a boat anchor out of it to finishing up in the top 3 to get back on the podium. And if you guys are looking for some speed, TNT, give these guys a call. And they got great prices, man. NKA, $690. I mean, it ain't these $1,500, $1,600 motors that these guys are pulling out of a box and charging you $1,500 for. You know what I'm saying? They putting it on the dyno, making it right. And I'm gonna tell you what, they got the AKRA for $725, and they have done mail time tonight.
Awesome.
And the mail time was sent down for the North Carolina Nightmare to open. So you want to open a box, boy? Yeah. Okay, here you go. All right. Wow, if the table don't cave in. So, and a huge shout out going down to these guys. We got some TNT Speed Shop stickers.
Can I pop this one?
Take the mic.
You can pop that on Swanee whenever we get all the six-pack.
That's a
that
muffler.
That will be a muffler right there. So we got a muffler. Oh, look at that, dude. What is that?
Is it a red plate?
Let's open her on up. We have got... I can get this thing down in there if I can get it out.
You need some assistance.
Hold
the box, Hollywood. Hold the box.
So we got a fuel pump and some fuel line. And let's see if we can force this baby out of here. What we got there? We got us a go fast, boys. So huge thanks. Huge thanks to TNT Speed Shop and Tim Stillwell for putting it out. Let me lift this baby up. Got us a brand new motor for your go-kart to sit on there. What you think, buddy?
Cool.
Is that cool? And that's cool, man. I'll tell you what, those folks are great people. Dad, you can contest to that.
And we just got the trailer yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We got a trailer from Wyatt was selling hot dogs. And he got out there and worked for it. And him and his Mimi and his godparents and got out there and worked for that thing and got him a new trailer. And now we got us a new motor, Bo. So this thing's got compression. So what's he going to have to do, AJ? Or should I ask you, Swanee?
He's asking the wrong one if he's asking AJ.
He's going to be riding in the back.
Drive it till you hear glass and smell crap.
Yeah. But big shout out, man. And thanks tonight's mail time coming from TNT Speed Shop. Like we said, all the way out of Kannapolis. Check those guys out. They're fully stocked kart shop, tires, prep, gears, the full caboodle, if you know what I'm talking about. And tonight, huge thanks to the Stillwell family. We got a brand new motor to put on Wyatt's go-kart. TNT Speed Shop. I'm going to get this thing up in the... I'm going to try not to crack.
Just don't drop it on us, Lord.
Want to go fast, boys? Get some TNT right there. Give Tim a call. At 704-213-8771. And if you would put that card back up there. We're going to put the... We're gonna put you the information that way you guys, if you're, and I've talked to some folks, plate motors, tell you, Bo, we turned what, 7,200 RPMs and went from choking a motor. We paid right at I think it was $1,300 or $1,400 for a motor that couldn't even get over 4,000 RPMs, and went down there and Tim got us to over 7,000 RPMs. So it speaks meaning, boys, of what this gentleman's done for my son. And I'm telling you, TNT Speed Shop, 704-213-8771. Thank you, buddy. Whew. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man, that's
I'm
awesome.
loving the
bud.
pit chat.
You ready
Or
to
the mail time.
I can imagine. Ready to rock and roll with that thing now, bud.
I am. We got a race next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We're going down this weekend, and our concentration is on Braden. The greatest of all time, 2018, is going to be ran down there at Triple T this weekend, and our Braden Johnson, our very own, he's running for the Kid Kart 2-Cycle Championship. So first year in 2-Cycle, and he's 5 years old, and we're looking at picking up a championship this weekend with Nightmare Motorsports, man. I'm excited. Well, you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, speaking of the GOAT, I think we've got a video that we're going to play. Is that right?
Yeah, go ahead and fire that in there.
All right.
Big shout out to Terry Odom and all the guys down at Triple T Raceway. Classes that you're seeing right here, the top 3 guys that are going for the greatest of all time. Race number 5 and 6 coming down this weekend, Saturday, September 8th at Triple T Raceway. They're going for $15,000 in cash prizes to be given away off of the Hoosier Mama that's coming up. Some lucky lady is going to be winning a custom all-out Pimp My Golf Cart. $400 for second place. There's a lot they're giving back to Triple T Raceway. They're also added up a $2,000 to win Pro Clone with guaranteed top 10 payouts. $2,000 to win, $1,000 for second, and the list just goes on and on. So if you want to see some awesome go-kart racing action this weekend, Triple T Raceway, 1322 Sawmill Road, St. Paul, North Carolina. This ain't no Myrtle Beach go-kart. So, Jim, what you think? Are you ready for September 15th or what?
Yeah, man.
I mean, you were in the chicken wing eating competition. To be sure, this can't be that bad.
Yeah, I think I could do that. Yes, sir. Heck yeah.
So, talking while we're going into pit chat, man, I'm going to go ahead and throw out the information on go-kart racing. Shout out to the 069 Austin Yarborough on the Fro Daddy Motorsports machine, picking up the $3,000 check at Moore's Paradise during the Labor Day Bash. They got a big race coming up this weekend, 119 lapper down at Fast Tracks, Bennettsville, South Carolina. $2,500 to win on that one, the Clone 380, and $1,000 coming up for Super Heavy. Saturday, September 8th, like we said, Triple T Raceway, race 5 and 6 is for the greatest of all time. Is going to be crowned $2,000 to win Pro Clone, top 10 guaranteed payout, and man, I tell you what, $15,000 in cash and prizes going up for this point series. A lot of good stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you what, go-karts is packing out a lot of money, and I'm about to choking
you up.
It is, it's choking me up a little bit. And speaking of something else that's crocking.
Good Lord. Take a breath, son. Take a breath. Take a
Can
breath.
somebody get me some water?
Ashley, give me a caution. We got a caution out here. We got a caution.
Okay, so something
Got one
else
slow on the backstretch.
that caught my eye, and you've got the picture of it. The $2,000 $2,000 payout in slot cars. Now, this is something that, I mean, gosh, I raced slot cars with Chris Blackwell a long time ago. Mike Parker's son. And actually, I I want to send a shout out to Mike Parker and Pete Reams up there at Triangle Slot Racers Association. You guys, hey man, if you're complaining about the payout, this may be something you should get yourself into, slot car racing. All you got to do is pack it up in a toolbox and take it on down to Raleigh and get in with these boys. You know what I'm saying? $2,000 payout slot cars.
It's been a long time since I've been to a slot car track.
Shiloh's.
I think the last time I went to one was the one that was on Cumberland Road at the Christmas tree shop, downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before that, like we were talking earlier, it was hot slots.
Yeah. Oh man, I was Group 12 hot slot. You couldn't touch me in Group 12 hot slot.
You get down there, you head down to fun.
That's right. But anyway, what's going on down in
well, so
late models?
Obviously, Dustin Mitchell took the I-95 Late Model Challenge race out this past weekend. We talked that, but Swanee, both Swans and Doodoo went down to the Dirt Million, and why don't you tell us about that, man?
Man, it was a pretty neat place. The facilities were great. It was similar to Charlotte. You know, it didn't have quite a bit of as much around it to do during the day. Track surface produced great racing. Really, only thing, man, was the rocks.
Talk about a tough flagman.
Yeah, the flagman took a rock about halfway through the feature.
Oh, wow.
And there was no flagman for at least a lap and a half.
Take him out.
He was out. Cold. Gone. Same guy that wrecked the truck at Mansfield. Gateway. He has no luck when he does these events. But
wow.
2 great days of racing, a lot of cars, fast cars.
And that race getting down to the end turned out to be, Earl Pearson Jr., going
twice.
To the back, coming back up front.
I know Big C was smiling.
Oh, yeah,
both
man.
His boys up there duking it out, clean racing, no hard feelings. They left out of there.
Yep.
Earl pocketed $200,000.
And Bobby didn't do too bad either. It was like 40-something thousand.
Yeah. And it was cool to see the ticker keep going up to it the whole time we were there. Wake up next morning, it'd be another $20,000 higher.
Man.
Nobody really knew until right before feature time they brought it there and they revealed number by number.
That's awesome.
Glass busted out of the tower Friday night from a rock. It was just a cool weekend. The coolest thing, we went to, Dad wanted to go to the Shawshank Redemption jail, which is right up the street. And that was a little leery. I tried to get my uncle to go, and he said, son, I've been in prison before. It's not a fun place. he said, I ain't paying to see where I've been before. So.
Yeah, doo-doo won't about it.
Yeah.
So these guys are heading. A lot of the same guys are heading to Eldora this week.
They'll be starting the world tomorrow. As everybody knows, prestigious event there is in dirt late model racing. There's nothing compares to when the A main rolls out of the world. No, the first heat race of the world.
It's like the
Saturday.
Super Bowl, right?
Basically. It is. It's just got a feeling when them cars roll up, and that's it.
Who's your pick?
I'm going with Dewey Rider.
There's just so many up there. Of course, I got to go with Zero, but
we know that.
There's too many cars to call it up there. Clanton can pop up and have a good run. Madden can have a run, or somebody that's local like Dennis Erb wasn't even expected to be top in the dream, and he was up there.
What's the deal with McCready now? He flipped over that first night.
McCready, he tore his car up. He flipped and they had to come home. They don't have a rig. Right? They don't have a truck driver right now. They're down to a single car trailer and a dually, so they're only carrying one car. So I don't know what the deal is this time. But I hope he can pick.
I'm gonna interrupt you just a second. Willie Milligan just said 6-pack. Thank you, thank you, Willie. Thanks for your vote.
That's
Will
experience,
thank
Swanee.
you.
That's what that is. That's experience.
Continue.
Anyway, that just does it right there.
You have failed again,
Failed
Swanee.
again, I guess. But I think that's pretty much it, man. I'm pretty pumped up about the 3 nights deal coming up.
I am too,
the
bud.
Boom City Fall Classic. That is something it's been marked on the schedule for the
Yeah.
2 nights back to back. It was okay. Ultimate Clash 5,000 wins, but then
Throw that
unfortunately that
Thursday
race
night.
got rained out, which turned out to be just like I'm like a super late model freak, so I'm all about it.
We just went to Ohio to watch a Lucas race.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter. But I think it's going to be good. A lot of caliber cars. You come right back. You take a weekend off, and you come right back into the Cash Money 100.
Yeah.
What are we 2 months away from the World Finals?
And then the World Finals, and then
A lot of
Gateway.
hot action kicking up, boys.
it's-
If you have never been to one of these races, definitely need to put it on your calendar. And right here at home, how fortunate are we to have a nice facility right in our own backyard.
Yeah, I think we've got like what 7 races in a row or 7
races
weekends
in a row,
in a row at Fayetteville.
Yeah.
So Friday night is the last round, the Friday night fights championship night.
Yeah,
And I think
when you're out there at Fayetteville, tag yourself that you're out there and let folks know. Because you wouldn't believe the people that we run into. And Jinx, you do a lot of promoting and stuff like that. The people you run into, and they don't even know there's a Fayetteville Motor Speedway.
I run into people at every show I go to that don't know there's a Fayetteville Speedway.
Yeah,
and I'm
so
at
much
shows
action.
almost every weekend.
Yeah.
Kind of talking about the Friday night fights deal. Sean Harrell and Willie Milliken's tied up going into the final round of that deal.
Nice. And that's 2 pristine drivers.
And Sean Sewell's 10 points back.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, it's tied. Old Dirty and Case Daniels are tied up at their battles. Daniel Parker and Andy Bowen, they're 8 points back, separating them. U-Car's tied. Legend Car's real tight, too, top 3. So that's pretty exciting. It's basically whoever finishes in front of the other coming down to this. Last year it kind of got spread out, so it really won't.
And that action's this Friday.
This Friday night, you bring two of the top, 3 of the top steel block guys right now, Harold, Milliken, and Sewell, and they got a chance to get a championship belt. I heard.
And I'm gonna tell you what, Sewell was on the move last weekend, Jack.
He's
he
coming
was
on strong.
moving.
Yeah, he was rolling.
Them guys are tuning up.
Yeah.
For cash money, and they'll be strong.
Awesome. So what you got about NASCAR? I know you got something about
Oh,
NASCAR.
dude, there's a
though.
whole lot going on. So,
Other than Larson blowing it?
Yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. I was there, and I thought Larson was going to win it. He had everybody but the top 3 a lap down and still lost the race. But Brad Keselowski ended up getting the weekend sweep.
And that was a nice Miller throwback. Was that Rusty Wallace?
Yeah, Rusty.
And then Monday comes around, and it's announced that Furniture Row will be done after this year. And that shocked me because they won the championship last year,
And
could very well win the championship.
I watched
this year.
Kenny Wallace's video today, and he was their first driver for Furniture Row, and he said, "Boys, we got to go back to the basics." The comment was made, "What do you do when billionaires can't pay for sponsoring?"
Well, and it's finally coming around to bite NASCAR in the ass. All what the fans have been saying for years and years and years is finally turning around.
You got the top name companies in the world that are sponsoring these cars. Where do you go after
I was
that?
hearing
You
today
can't go up when you're already at the top.
They're gonna come back, and they're gonna go back to Rockfish Speedway and
Would
Wilkesboro,
that not
places
be
like
awesome?
It's it costs.
What was that all about?
Cost $30 million.
If you could bring some of these small tracks where racing started, and NASCAR would have a chance.
What was that all about? I saw you guys' post about Rockingham. I didn't really get a chance to read into it.
Well, I know a little bit about it. Some Riley group bought it and must be renovating it. It was pretty exciting to see.
They said a lot of events are going to go on there.
They said today in a press release that racing is going to be a part of their plan.
Well, I'm glad to see that because at first I thought it was just going to be a group.
Stick
that
a
built
dirt
bunch
track in the
houses.
middle of it, call it a day.
Yeah.
And that would have sucked.
I mean, you give that place a date in like May or even April.
Dude, there's people that are starving to get. It's just like Jim's shirt idea. Dude, if you say that there's going to be a race at Rockingham, you will pack that place because we're all wanting it to come back.
They did it whenever they came back with the truck series. The first and second year, it was packed to the bottom seats, and next year it was still it was gone again.
That's the problem. Everybody wants, but when it's time to show up and
They
buy a
don't
ticket,
support
nobody
it.
shows up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it costs too much. It costs too much to get in. It's
I would-
$5 over what I need to.
I went to both of those races, but I gotta say, I'll tell you what I think. It's all coming back to short track racing. It all started last year with that race at Martinsville. It ended under the lights when everybody's like, "That's what we need more of is short track racing." Where everybody's tired of these cookie cutter tracks where they get stretched out. You put lights up at Rockingham and let them run.
There's no reason to have 2 races at Michigan, Pocono. I can keep going. Las Vegas.
Yeah.
All those
I
tracks.
mean, I just miss the short track racing because these cars are so air dependent nowadays that it not really follows the leader, but at the same time, it's kind of you got to hop and skip and jump around to get position. You put them back in them small tracks, it's beating and banging again.
It don't have to be short tracks. It doesn't have to be
No,
Martinsville.
No, I mean, yeah.
You can go Richmond 3/4 of a mile or
like an Iowa
Rockingham
or
a mile.
The smaller tracks bring more for racing.
Yeah.
You get the air not moving around.
Just get characteristic tracks and it'll be better.
We need some more 6-pack if anybody wants to.
And State Farm.
Yes, no doubt.
And also, and
what else you got, brother?
Sorry.
I mean, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go
No.
ahead, Ron.
Yeah,
No,
she-
you go.
She did say the Darlington stands were packed. I will say that. If anybody's watching on TV, yeah, it was loaded this weekend. It was good to see, and that's due to, I guess, being in the South.
Well, it's because I think it's because it's an interesting track. You know. It's,
And do you think throwback too?
Well,
I mean, a lot of
throwback.
people like these. I mean, everybody. You think about. We're sitting here talking about six pack and Days of Thunder and stuff that was all back in the. We love that stuff.
I think it's one. It was Throwback Weekend's big weekend, but I think too that track is unlike any other track on the schedule. The groove is narrow. You take the.
You
the
get out of
most-
the line, your
the
day's done.
line that you run there is completely different from every other track. Here you go in low, drift up to the wall, come off low. You know, at these other tracks, you go in high, go down to the bottom in the center of the corner, you know, and then drift back up. There, you got to be on the gas. If you get off the gas when you go into Darlington, you're going to end up in the
wall.
fence.
Yeah,
you know.
okay.
So you got to.
But
It's
if
just.
you give Darlington a second date, it doesn't have near the hype. It doesn't have
No.
near the environment, the excitement. It's, you know, I check J-Ski and ESPN about every other day, and Twitter like every other day, wanting to see what scheme was going to be next.
Yeah.
You know, because they're starting. The way I thought it was planned out is they were going to go year by year, a certain decade. They were going to give them, or 10 years or 5 years. It was either a decade or 5 years, something like that. And they were going to stick to that. Well, they were starting to get to my years. You know, the Terry Labonte Cornelius car, and you know the Rainbow Warrior's done. I mean, they've used it 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
The Bobby Allison scheme, Miller High Life, that's done. You know.
Yeah.
But
Davey Allison that's been used in
Yeah.
Xfinity.
They do the Budweiser Bill Elliott.
Budweiser.
well,
Budweiser kind of got switched up when Harvick went to Busch.
yeah, and now they're starting to get into stuff where they're doing the sponsors, and like Dave Moody said on Twitter, he said if you're throwing your scheme back to when you first started, it's not a throwback.
Right.
Like the Geico car was the first car they did. Yeah, granted, they can't do a throwback car because they don't really have anything to throw back to because the team's not that old.
Mhm.
But when just changing your colors is not a throwback. It's it has some meaning behind it. You know, you have that guy in the pits.
Yeah.
You know, like Chase Elliott and them did. There's a lot of crew chiefs were done this year. And like guys that work on the car, that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Like the whole ASA stuff, Denny Hamlin, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
what do you think? What do you think's going to be the dominoes with Truex and all of them? Where do you think he goes?
He's going to Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, it's Joe Gibbs now.
What was the deal with Kyle Busch Motorsports? That's a little over your head.
Well, you know, you get to reading, and there's certain things that you're like, damn, that could really work. You know, everybody's in contract years, or coming up on contract years, and you know, I don't think the Kurt Busch to Ganassi thing's going to work out as well as they think it's going to. It was something about Kurt leaves, or goes to KBM, or KBM goes to the Monster Energy Cup Series, and Kyle goes over there, and then they run a 2-car team, and it's Kyle Busch Motorsports and Sprint Cup. Monster goes over there. They get sponsors. It's like Advocare with Trevor Bayne and all that. They got sponsors and they go with him. Like Aris, I mean, Daniel Suarez is going to go to 95 and has no problem. He's like Paul Menard. You put cars and teams in a hat, pull the team out, and you go, okay, I'll go race for them because he's fully funded.
Mhm.
He has rig, whatever he wants. Yeah, he's full. You don't see Menards. I mean, you don't see nothing other Menards on Paul Menard's car, really.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like that. I mean, and it's sad to see it kind of at the state it's in. But if we lose that level of racing, I think the rest of it kind of starts heading downhill too. I mean,
Mike
everybody say,
Waltrip, he tweeted that we need to go back to stock cars.
He was talking about the spec stuff. That's
Right.
what's wrong with it now. They're having to buy this to try to stay in a box. You want everybody in a box, and everybody's having to pay the same thing to get in this box, and it's just not going to work. The back cars are still in the back, and the front cars are still in the front.
Mhm.
You're not going to stop them from spinning. You might as well just let them give the cars back to the crews, let them work, let them do what they want to with it, and go from there. It's
Basically-
already out of control.
Basically, run what you brung.
Tenfold.
One time. What you got there on some sprints there, driver Meister?
I had a question too. Is I seen some? What was the deal with Kevin Harvick and somebody getting together?
Oh,
who was that?
So it's Ross Chastain, dude. Got a ride with a 42 car this week, and he won both stages and was easily the best car out there. So and then Kevin Harvick gets underneath him in 1 and 2, and there's a lap car on the outside, and he stays on him once they get by the lap car, and they both slide up to the wall, and basically Harvick puts Ross Chastain in the wall. So then they go halfway down the back straightaway, and Chastain goes from the wall all the way down, turns Harvick into the wall, and now Harvick's saying that he's basically a rookie driver in a really fast race car. He ain't got enough experience to be in that fast of a race car.
That was all Kevin Harvick's fault, in my opinion.
Yep, exactly.
I want to know, did you do the snap, crackle, and pop with Dad this weekend?
No.
At the booth? What?
No. It was all.
Then how did you get a hot pass? You're not even 12 yet. Shout out to Dad. He's what?
49.
49 tomorrow.
Yes.
And also, and happy birthday to
to
old Double Knot.
Bassmaster Classic 2018 provisional winner of the year, Tony Gray.
That's right.
Big shout out to T. Gray and Greg Kane. Andy White's got a birthday coming up. Jay Swan himself, Wayne Fields, Sean Stevens, John Marshall, and a big shout out to Christopher Cheney.
Yeah.
Also,
And I think Magic Man's got one coming up too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
You just had one.
I did huge party in the elevator.
Hey, I got a question.
About
I
a
got-
party.
I got a question for you, though. There was a video a couple weeks ago. You were in a pool.
A bull riding.
Yeah.
I was preparing back for my PBR. I'm fixing to go back in the bull.
Is that
riding.
pro bull riding or
That's
Pabst
pool-
Blue Ribbon?
Pool bull riding.
A pool, but it can't be on a real bull. It's got to be in a pool.
I like to kill myself on that thing.
It was funny.
I jumped slam over the whole bull.
Sure did.
I had enough graperitas where I really didn't care if I rode it
Oh
or not.
Lord!
Boy.
It's good stuff, man.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember Chelsea Blevins was on the show
Yeah.
in the last year, but she had a pretty rough year this year, but she did manage to plus. She was Rookie of the Year at Silver Dollar Speedway.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
She had overcome a lot of different motor problems, chassis problems, but she managed to pull it out. She ended up finishing 4th in the points there, so congratulations to her. But I was going to touch on Rockfish. Winners down there in the junior sprints was Bradley Malden. The 270s was Andy Carldine. The Mod Lights was Stephen Ford. Your vintage car was Will Ridenauer, and then Tim Nye picked up the win in the 600s. They're going to be bringing the Sharp mini late models back out there, which are awesome. And I had a chance to go see them practice, but
Those are flying.
yeah, so they're going to have those out there on the 15th, I believe it is. So you
There was an
definitely wanna-
11-year-old that won and beat all them people down there at Lakeview.
Dang.
11 years old, bunch of grown men. He was
Yeah, I
outrunning
saw
them.
there's a video
Oh, he was
somewhere
flying.
of that
He
deal.
had him by like a whole straightaway by the end of the race. He was
But,
moving. Congrats on that.
Yeah, and last is just there's a video online of Jake Layton went up to Tyler County Speedway, and those cars. I mean, got a chance to go out to Rockfish and watch these guys, Thomas and these guys run, and it's really exciting to watch those cars move, and it's a lot more action than people think. But that video from inside of Jake's car, and he was rolling. And if you get a chance to go on his page and watch it, he started 16th out of 26 and finished 6th. But I mean, I think sometimes they're underestimated cars and what people really think how fast they move, and so.
Well, there ain't no pictures and no video that does it justice. You can until you put yourself right next to the track or in the car, you'll never know.
That video with Jake is pretty impressive because I mean I
it
know
is.
this car's move, but I mean like he was wheeling that thing.
Oh yeah.
All it was worth.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely. But you being there, being able to see.
And Baby Brian, you had a good race this past weekend. What did you come from? What to 11th to 6th, and Dustin. I mean, not Dustin. Not,
Oh,
sorry,
Lord.
man.
Jackson Jackson.
Donovan Jackson's in the house with us tonight, and Donovan State Farm. Donovan finished 2nd. Come back up through the crowd. So it is cool racing, man. I love to watch them Mod Lights run.
Sure.
Hopefully, we get to spend a little bit more time out there. We got our trailer now. We're trying to get our sprint car, so we'll be good on that note.
Yeah. Oh, and also too, don't forget they got the Prelude races coming up, and the was it the Winter Classic too? So I mean, it's all preparation for that. And I got a chance to talk with Bill just how big that event is, and
There's usually
and
no
how it
room to
continues
park.
grow. Yeah, that's
There's
what
no
I-
parking.
Good
So
luck.
get there
parking.
early.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Good
the
stuff.
600 class up there, what they got, somewhere it's up to 30 cars or something like that were qualified in.
Awesome. 200. Where'd they park them?
Everywhere.
Outside the gate in the field.
The pits, they got like 8 cars. It's full. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. And props go out to hand scoring. I know you're glad that there's transponders and stuff nowadays. My mom used to hand score, and I remember 32, 14, 12, 11, 36, 13, 18. I mean, it was like auctioning, man, up there in the thing. And then they had to have a tape recorder, and it wasn't like nowadays where you go back. You know, they had to go back on the tape recorder, and 26 was in front of 12 on the last lap that didn't get completed. So it was a lot of work back in those days, man, to make racing. Yeah.
So talking about old school throwbacks, Mom said you used to ride a hogs.
I did. I rode a hog one time and like to broke my spleen.
Yeah, you probably broke the hog spleen too.
Dude, I climbed. Well, I used to ride bulls. I was 1998 Rookie Bull Rider of the Year, as a matter of fact. Thank you guys. I got a buckle for it. If anybody needs any proof, I'll bring it.
I was talking about the hog.
It's probably like that buckle that's on that one commercial.
Yeah, it's big, neon lights, everything. But I was a rodeo clown for 2 years, as a matter of fact.
You're still a rodeo clown.
I still am.
You ain't never changed. You just ain't standing in front of the bull no more.
But yeah, I did. I was at a farm one time, and I decided I was going to rope this pig. Jeez. That did not go over too well, boys. Don't ever jump on the back of a hog. He will throw you. I rode bulls that I was more comfortable on than I was on that hog. That joker like to kill me, son. Huh?
There ain't no way I'd strap up to a bull, man.
Oh.
Ain't nothing. No. Nope.
It was fun, son.
I've been kicked by a deer before.
Yeah, he has.
That's almost interesting as I got bit in the nipple by a beaver. Almost as interesting. So what's going on in drag racing, Bo? And U-Cars. Tell us a little bit about that.
U-Cars. I'm loving how U-Cars is going up real quick. It's especially down at Lakeview, man. To see 16 cars coming to race is amazing. And some of the people down there are rookie drivers, first time on there. Shouts out to them for coming out. And it's getting awesome. The class is growing, and it's starting to help bring more publicity to the sport, obviously, because, you know, like Pure Stock was back years ago, people can relate to our cars. You know, we got cars pretty much people are still driving on the road today. So it's starting to grow everywhere. We're very pleased to see that.
And are you ready to release the information on what you got going on, or are you going to hold that?
Oh, no, I got good information.
I'm talking about what you're talking with the
Racing
for
hopefully
Heroes.
We're going to work something out where we can start. I'm going to try to put together a couple, either one, maybe two U-Cars, and start bringing a U-Car with us to the track, as well as mine, and trying to put a veteran and get some veterans out there and kind of like a little team. Hopefully that's something we can come with in the soon. The Racing for Heroes guys are awesome when it comes to stuff like that and trying to get these veterans back involved and, you know, give them something to do and camaraderie and brothership that you get. But that's something I'm looking real forward to, as long as we can get that through. I just got to get back up to Virginia and pick up some of them cars.
Right.
But drag racing, obviously, Fayetteville, Drag Strip, Freaky Friday. Everybody knows about Freaky Friday. That's coming out this Friday. There's a free entry with a $1,200 to win small block shootout, along with a daily driver stick shift. What do we got going on here? Somebody talking about?
There's a video over here.
Sorry. I'll hold that.
I love y'all. This is the best place to be on a Wednesday. Y'all need to come on down and actually see what goes behind the scenes, because I think it's more fun. Forget, all right, Fayetteville, we're good. Rockingham. We go Saturday and Sunday. The Hoosier Tire Carolina Coalition ET Bracket Points Race 7 and 8. Check out Drag Strip up there. It's fun. Galot Motorsports Park always does wonderful stuff. They do shows that bring in people, not just the racing.
Mm-hmm.
They've got, let's see, the 6th through the 8th, the PDRA Drag Wars. And then there's the World Fastest Door Slammers Burnout Competition Friday night, and then the $1 Million Racing Tour. So definitely check out Galot Motorsports Park. That's a great facility to do a lot of things. And then the new 710 Dragway, the 9th Sunday Fun Day Diesel Truck Shootout, Harley shootouts, and a bracket race. There's a pro street bracket race. They're doing a Harley burnout contest. Anybody's got Harleys, go to 710. You know, if you want to burn a new tire and get an old tire and do your thing. I believe it's $200 to win in that burnout contest. If anybody's got Harleys, want to blow a rear tire. So definitely check out all these drag strips around here and show your support of drag racing.
Awesome. Kicking off a little bit of mud bogging, man. September 8th, 2018. Dennis Anderson's got the North versus South of their car tuck.
We found Rooster.
Wow.
People at home can't see it. So
You think that's funny.
But I did post it on there.
This is no lie. I used to be a barrel clown, and I used to do the same stuff, man. It was all about entertaining the crowd, and then I dated one about that big.
Was that entertaining?
That was entertaining the crowd too. But no, man, that was a lot of fun back in those days. I used to be a barrel clown. I was the crazy one. I'd stand on top of the barrel, and I'd taunt the bull, and he'd come running at me, and then I'd run down the bull's backbone. Well, let me tell you, I slipped one time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I got the ever-living hell beat out of me, Daddy. Literally, that's why I wake up every morning. I'm hurting so bad I can't stand it.
Wake up, no bull, stop.
Don't ever get into bull riding or go-kart racing at your age, Magic Man. Just saying. But talking about Dennis Anderson down in Currituck, go down and check those guys out. Also, September 14th and the 15th, the Nitro Flat Track Blown Alcohol Madness is going to be down at Lee County Mud Motorsports Complex. Trucks coming from California, Wisconsin, New Mexico, Pennsylvania. And you want to feel some ground thumping? Check these boys out, Bo. I'm talking about Blown Alcohol Madness. Look it up, Lee County Mud Motorsports Complex. They're going to be running cuts on Friday night, paddles on Saturday, I believe. So gates are going to open at 12 p.m. on Friday, racing at 6 p.m. Saturday, or 6 p.m. Saturday. 8 a.m. gates open and racing at 12. So going to be a lot of hot action going on down there in the next couple weeks in mud racing and go-karting and everything else, man. So
good deal.
Well,
big shout outs to all the people that joined in and watching our live video. I know I've seen it upwards of 50-something people.
Yeah,
Thank
don't
you again
forget,
for
man,
jumping
to
on.
Go and like that YouTube.
Yeah, and subscribe it and hit that button. And there's a pinned comment if you want to see what we were talking about Rooster in his early rodeo clown days. We've pinned that comment in the comment section. You can watch him get
sexy
down.
Just like that too, buddy.
How did you keep that thing from riding up the crack?
What's the deal with that little skirt?
Well, here's the thing: if we can get our likes to 4,000 likes, we're gonna put a tutu on Swanee.
Come on, man. Come on.
If we get to 4,000
you
likes,
would look the best in a tutu.
By the next show.
4,000 likes by the next show, Swanee will wear a tutu in here.
Do you hear it, Swanee? Are you gonna?
Everybody share.
He
this
said
video.
yes.
Please,
because
now
4,000.
But why am I the one that always?
Because you did it when we worked at the apartment complex, and you look.
Oh, so you wore it
Hey, he had a pink one, son. He had a pink one. He had a pink one.
I don't want to hear another word about me driving a race car, and you're over here wearing pink tutu.
Pink ass tutu, and he was out there by Bragg Boulevard.
By
Bragg Boulevard, doing it.
Out there,
How much money did you make that day?
Not
He's probably the cleanest thing out there, at least.
Doing it, Bo. Doing it. Hey, Hey, y'all want to talk about me? I can pull out some stuff about Swanee, son.
I can't believe it.
Huh? Because I love you, son.
That's the one
you.
reason why I'm glad I haven't been here long enough. Y'all don't know my dirt yet.
Yeah.
We have to make
Swanee
new dirt.
in a pink tutu, boys.
Now it's on record.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How about that for you?
It's on the intraweb now, son.
Yeah. How about that for you, Days of Thunder?
Oh, we're gonna hit the order button.
You know, that would be nice. I mean, and we need to hit 100 likes too for our YouTube. Don't forget, everybody, go to YouTube, click subscribe, click like. Man, that's awesome. We could get that, and you can watch the
bell.
You can watch just about any episode. Go back and watch the first ones. I mean, we've had folks. We've had Mike Parker in the house. We've had, name some of the people, Bo. Keith Smith. I mean, all the folks that we've had come down and talk.
That was a wonderful show. Talking.
Rosenberg's been here. The Fastest Man on Wheels has been in the house. I mean, we've had.
Up-and-coming Kids was a huge one.
Jimmy Caps was here.
Jimmy Caps.
Jimmy Caps. Willie Miller.
I saw him at the food line earlier this week.
You ever come up in here?
I had an opportunity. I stood by Jimmy the other night, man.
I'm telling you, Bo, we got to get him in here.
Matter of fact, so big shout out, Kevin Jones and Marissa Rieger came to the racetrack this past weekend. They said, well, Rooster was going to get us a beer. And we were walking around, didn't know if anybody was here. We looked up and we saw Jimmy Ray, and there was Rooster standing right beside him. And I happened to look up at the stands when he was telling me this, and I saw clear as day Jimmy Ray at the top of the stands.
I picked Jimmy Ray out of the crowd last year in Charlotte. 54,000 people, and I looked straight up and I could see him right there.
There's a picture I took last year from the Lucas race, and it's a Dale Arnold straightaway, and look at the very top, and all you can see is Jimmy Ray's hair. You're like, where's Jimmy Ray? And right there he is.
Yeah.
We need to play a
Waldo's
Where's Jimmy
gone
Ray.
out, but
it's a
That needs to
perfect-
be part of like a raffle or something. Whoever can find Jimmy Ray from the inside.
yeah.
World-
Waldo's
World
played
Hunger.
out. Now Jimmy Ray's taking
I'm
over.
telling
I'll see if I can make that happen this year.
I'm
I'll
telling
figure
you.
out what section Jimmy Ray's in and have him go sit there, and I'll take a picture of the grandstands, and we'll have a "Where's Jimmy Ray?"
That's what I'm telling you. That'd be the best thing to happen.
That is wrong, Bo. That ain't even right there.
I want to let everybody know if I can get my phone to work with me.
State Farm.
State Farm. I want to let everybody know coming up, Miss Carolyn Odom, which is Steve Odom's sister, Chris Blackwell's aunt, Tim, all those folks. She is having a Tanya, which is her daughter, Tanya's heart transplant benefit, and they're doing an actual yard sale at 7009 Rockfish Road, Hope Mills. 7 until that's going to be September 15th, and then they're actually planning September 30th at 3 p.m. Motorcycle ride. Kickstands will go up at 4. Everybody's going to meet at Jack Brett School. It's $10 to ride, $5 for a rider, and cars make a donation. But all of this stuff goes back to help out with her daughter's heart transplant, and this. A racing family. We talk about Steve Odom. We talk about the Blackwells all the time, and this is racing family, man. So, you guys
Racing
go down.
community, show your support like
show
we
your
always do.
support. Go
Come
down
together,
and
be a
check
family.
out Miss Carolyn Odom as she's doing her benefits, and we're going to donate a Captain Rooster flags to try to help out with that as well. So.
Well, and I want to give a prayer request out. My neighbor, Miss Joy Wrench, also Amanda's aunt, Wilma Sewell, and also to my buddy Hunter that used to work with us with his mom. You just keep them in the prayers.
Yeah.
So.
Y'all not
So,
watching the comments?
The bag.
Felicia said that's funny. His name
Haley.
would have been
Sweet
had he been a girl.
Sweet Haley, I haven't seen you in a while.
Boy.
Oh, hey, where's the music?
But that
at?
tutu's putting smiles on my heart.
Well, let me get it. Let me get it back on.
There it is.
So,
Hey, you could be a shine girl. Boy.
I can't breathe no more.
I tried to get him in an Elvis costume. I tried to pay him to go in an Elvis costume. He wouldn't do it.
You look good, Haley. You look good.
Haley.
Look at all the likes popping up on that. freaking-
That's what. Hey, if we get 5,000 likes, we should make him wear the tutu while he takes pictures at the racetrack.
No.
Yeah. Also, this Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, Eastover's got Heritage Day. I think that's
yeah.
down at Eastover Ballpark. They're going to have a parade, all kinds of vendors, a lot of great food, and Avon Sunny Place. They have a ride for the sunny side, benefit for Avon Sunny Place, 501c3 charity inspiring hope for families of children with life-threatening illnesses through love and laughter. Friday, September 7th, spaghetti plate sale and cornhole tournament. Saturday, they got a horse ride down there at 10 a.m., $25, includes ride, barbecue plate. They've got the RBR race truck, which I think that's Black's Tire. Is that Black's Tire? Bounce houses, trail rides. JD Maxx going to be up in the house. They got all kinds of cool stuff, and that's down at Lumber River Campground. And, man, they're trying to build, like, you have Make-A-Wish Foundation. Well, they're actually what Ride for the Sunny Side and Avon Sunny Place is it is a place for families who their kids have cancer or their kids are having a terminal illness, and it's kind of like a vacation spot for them to go, get away, and it'll be 100% free to go, and because we don't realize the stress that these families go through. I mean, everyday life stress that we've got, and imagine that 50-fold. You know what I'm saying? And we're just very fortunate, man. A lot of people nowadays, they don't see that. You know what I'm saying? And this world's gone to hell. You're right. So, instead of complaining about this, that, and the other, why don't you get out and help another family? And that's a perfect opportunity to do it, man.
If they want to make a donation, they can contact also. Just get up with me.
Yeah.
Or either go to that webpage or something.
Get it with Mom. You can go on her Facebook page, Betty Kitchen. She can get you in contact. Here's a phone number, 910-874-4024. and you can contact them if you'd like to make a donation, man. It's a great thing, you know. And the way I say it, unless you're doing something for the community or trying to help somebody else, you got no room to complain. That's just the way it is. So
I got a shout out real quick. I got the Wing Company in Cameron on Saturday morning. We're going to be doing a sign dedication. So if you're in Cameron, come show your support for our military. Also at the Harley dealership at 4 o'clock on Saturday, we'll be doing another sign dedication for our military people. So please give them a shout out there.
That's cool stuff, man.
I'm at such an unfair advantage because I don't have a mouse, but I just got put in a salt shaker.
Where's the tears at?
That's coming up because, hey, I tell you what, who do you think also is going to win when we get back to Charlotte?
Me.
I'm racing this year, so.
Oh, the car. Oh,
it's my year this year.
Right here.
So we'll see how that happens. So are you going to sign in to race September 15th? We need to know this before we close out.
I don't know. You made me rethink the whole thing.
Oh, come on.
You said you
I
had
was
insurance.
I was all the way into it until you made a couple comments there. So
I'd do it, but I gotta go somewhere on the 15th.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
What you got there, buddy?
That's it, man.
That's all right, y'all. Fixing to sign it out now. Great night of picking on Swanee. And I'd love to see Swanee in that tutu, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you bump it on up. We get that 4,000 likes.
Everybody to like it.
They
Yes.
can't do it.
Raging Rooster Catering, A1 Portable Toilets, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Temple Mechanical. Fayetteville Police Department's Operation Ceasefire, September 7th, family night at Faymont Baptist Church.
That's right. Yeah, and unfortunately, we were going to have the old Desperado out there that night, but with one of the Friday night fights getting rained out, it got rescheduled for the 7th. So unfortunately, we're going to be at the race. Yeah. So we'll have to race Friday night. But
And
we'll
if
be at
you
the next
want
one.
to see, come check out Open Wheel Modified next Wednesday night. Come down to the Festival Park. I believe
Yep,
we're supposed
we're
to be
gonna
down
have
there. We're actually going to do a little live down there with Raging Rooster Catering
That's
and
right.
find out what are they going to call the Astros
Oh, geez.
team. Is it going to be the Fat Asses? Is it going to be the Woodpackers? The Backpackers. What has Fayetteville brilliantly come up with?
I thought the fatbacks were okay. I mean, that's pretty cool because you got the biscuits and you got all this crap that they do. I mean, it's supposed to be like that. I mean,
Yeah. So anyway,
Lakeview Saturday.
Yeah, that's
good
why
races
you're
as well.
you're not working promotion for the baseball team there.
we'll be down there next
Toot toot.
weekend. So y'all come on down, check it out. Don't forget, share, like, do whatever you got to do. Let's get to 4,000 so that way we can see Swanee in a tutu.
Ain't gonna happen.
On behalf of Raging Rooster Catering, A1 Portable Toilets, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Temple Mechanical, Fast Tracks Mud Bog, Bellinger Signs and Graphics, Redline Speed Shop, Captain Rooster Flags, TNT Speed Shop, CNN Pressure Washing, and I'm going to throw a little something in there because they're getting sponsorship on our 2018-2019 trailer, Freedom Property Management, and Quality Towing and Recovery. Y'all check them out.
State Farm.
State Farm.
Ronald
Prater. State Farm. That's my man. Hollywood, Racing Ryan. Haley. Magic Mike. And my main man Jinx in the house, y'all. We're out.